On Sunday the 18th of October 2009, Royal Australian Air Force Base Wagga opened its doors to the public. The day was a chance for the public to experience what the base has to offer, with ground displays involving apprentices who are starting their careers in either the Army, Air Force or Navy. A short flying display was held in the afternoon to the delight of the crowd, and once again highlighted the importance of RAAF Base Wagga to the larger community. RAAF Base Wagga was established in 1940. Its establishment met World War II needs due to its suitability in terms of climate, geography and accompanying infrastructure. After the war, No. 5 Aircraft Depot was disbanded and No. 1 Engineering School was relocated from Ascot Vale in Victoria. March 1946 saw the unit become the RAAF Ground Training School, and from this point on, the centre for all RAAF ground trades. The month of May 1950 saw a change of name to the RAAF School of Technical Training. During March 1952, RAAF Base Wagga comprised Headquarters Wagga, Base Squadron and No. 1 Recruit Training Unit. Various aircraft are utilised for training at RAAF Wagga, including a number of helicopters that have served with the ADF. For future Army and Navy aviation technicians, Wagga has on strength the Korean War vintage Bell 47 Sioux. Also, to familiarise Navy apprentices, the Westland Wessex helicopter is available for instruction on techniques relating to shipborne rotary aviation. 2 of these aircraft were on display. Recently acquired for the students at RAAF Wagga are 2 ex-Army UH-1H Iroquois helicopters, a fitting end to more than 3 decades of service for our country. In addition to helicopters, students have a wide range of fixed-wing types available for training. These include the Australian-designed Nomad and Windshield Trainer. The latter was displayed alongside the Australian-built Avon Sabre, both having been stripped of outer skins in order to reveal their inner workings to interested visitors. Students at Wagga have the CT4 Air Trainer to familiarise themselves with flight line procedures. Here the students will learn all facets of ground marshalling, including recovery, plus occupational health and safety regulations that are associated with aircraft operations. Typically, aircraft will simulate flights by taxiing to a point on the airfield before returning a short time later, where students will then marshal, chock and earth the aircraft before shutdown. Students then perform various servicings before readying the aircraft once again to simulate another flight. The main training aircraft utilised at Wagga is the Aeromacchi MB326H. A former advanced trainer and mount of the famed Roulettes display team, the Macchi was replaced in the advanced trainer role in 2001 by the BAE Hawk 127. After its retirement, many examples of the Macchi were flown to Wagga for use as instructional airframes. As such, they're used to introduce newly arrived students to hydraulic, electrical and undercarriage systems of modern combat aircraft. Students also use the Macchi to familiarise themselves with the safe handling of ejection seats. Using the Macchi at Wagga, the RAAF is able to offer top-tier trade qualifications in avionics, instrument fitting and electronics, as well as the so-called black-handed trades of engine and airframe fitting. As part of their education, students get to assemble and dismantle engines, work on airframes, perform simulated repairs and remove and refit components. Prospective maintenance crews must also come to grips with the paperwork demands of their job, a necessary evil for those charged with keeping operational aircraft flying. But training at Wagga is not just limited to aircraft maintenance. The RAAF also uses the base to train its armourers in the safe art of ordnance fitting and handling. Aircraft systems remain, however, the focus of much of a student's tuition at Wagga, be it the complex hydraulic systems associated with rotary wing aircraft or, as shown here, undercarriage retraction sequences as demonstrated on a Macchi MD326H. Now we leave you with the afternoon's flying display, which includes, for the last time ever at a public air show, an appearance by the de Havilland DHC-4 Caribou, shortly before its retirement.
still involved in doing that roll manoeuvre and then staying in that formation.
These pilots now are experiencing up to about 5G. Particularly note how they changed formation halfway through an aerobatic manoeuvre. Now not only are they doing aerobatic manoeuvres close to each other, but they're moving into different ones halfway through, mostly upside down. I'll just put you onto the leader and see what he's got to say. In the formation, they're in a formation.
ladies and gentlemen, that's the last pass from Lars Larsen there. Generation of jet fighters, and it was designed by the de Havilland Company in the UK.
Call that turn on the tail. About 2100 kilos fully loaded.
FA-18 Hornet from number 2 Operational Conversion Unit, flown today by Flight Lieutenant Matik Maharaj, call sign Tik. 18,000 pounds of thrust each with afterburner. Maximum speed of Mach 1.8 times the speed of sound. About 2,700 the CAC Avon Sabre, flown today by Darren Crabb. He's the Chief Pilot of the Temora Aviation Museum. Darren is a former Royal Canadian Air Force FA-18 pilot, came out to Australia and joined the RAAF, where he also flew the FA-18. And his pride and joy is this particular aircraft right now. The aircraft, as we said earlier, was rebuilt in an agreement between the RAAF and Temora Aviation Museum. A very historic agreement. It's the first time that this has ever happened. These aircraft were used by quite a number of squadrons, including number 79 Squadron RAAF in our commitment to SEATO, the Southeast Asia. The things that the squadron was used for was, at the request of the United States Air Force, was to actually provide dissimilar combat training with the United States Air Force Phantoms that were based there, because these aircraft looked very similar to and had similar characteristics to the MiG-17s that were operated by wearing the markings of number 75 Squadron, the Black Diamonds, which was an aerobatic team formed by the unit. Of course, the Sabre came to prominence during the Korean War. Darren departing off his display, and he will head back to Temora direct from Wagga.
things are one of the hardest aircraft to fly, is that true?
Hard to fly well though.
How long have you been with the squadron?
I've been with 38 Squadron for just over 4 years now, and I must say it's very sad to see the Caribou go at the end of this year. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final air show the Caribou is going to be displaying at, so it's a privilege for us to be here today. And also a very sad occasion as well for the air crew and the maintainers who work so hard on this aircraft.
Now the aircraft today being flown by your boss, Benno Benson.
That's right. In the left-hand seat, the captain today is Squadron Leader Ross Benson. We know him as Benno. And in the right-hand seat today is Flying Officer Matthew Smith, also known as Junior. We also have on board today 2 flight engineers. That would be Flinty and Jonesy, and we've also got 2 air dispatchers today. A sad sound to miss, and ladies and gentlemen, you're about to be demonstrated a fairly fast pass for a Caribou. This will be done approximately 140 knots. So have a good wave as the aircraft flies past us now.
Based out of Townsville at the present time, and you took up the aircraft after 35 Squadron ceased to be, and you've been operating those for quite a few years right now, so it must be a great wrench for Townsville losing the aircraft as well.
That's right.
As a replacement for the DC-3.
You're probably wondering what he's actually doing now. They're setting up now for a compact drop on the drop zone just in front of you here, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be 3 compacts dropping out the back of this Caribou today.
So have a look at the back of that ramp that's down now.
Takeoff and landing. So here's the short landing that we're going to demonstrate. He will then pull up very, very quickly in less than 1,000 feet, and then he'll reverse and take off. another unique feature of this aircraft. And ladies and gentlemen, as he turns through to the right, have a look at the back of the aircraft and you may just see someone waving.
Seat, you can actually look down right in front of you. It's not like looking over the nose of a normal aircraft.
That's probably because I was sitting in the seat there, Peter, and I left the seat hung really high. So, it's true. You can actually view quite a great way in front of you and from down as well. And on the ground, usually when we taxi around, the flight engineer pops out the top as well to give us some visibility. My favourite manoeuvre as well is this. I don't know what we're going to call it though. Tail waggle. Using a lot of aerodynamic
in the 45 years of its operations since 1964. In fact, the first aircraft, they were on delivery to Australia. They didn't make it to Australia. They were diverted direct to Vietnam. And again, demonstrating this short field performance. Wave, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great display there today, and it's fantastic to have seen the aircraft today on its last public demonstration. 45 years of continuous service to Australia, and going out of service very soon, unfortunately.